Adam here from the Walzer Automotive Group, and what I want to do today is compare a couple of Nissan Altimas. So on one side we have the Nissan Altima SV, and on the other we have the Nissan Altima SL. So we'll look at the interior, the exterior, some of the differences between the two models, and see which one might just be perfect for you. Let's start by looking at the 24 Nissan Altima SV. Now, this one is going to come in a front-wheel drive, or like we have here today, an all-wheel drive model, which is pretty cool for this mid-size sedan segment. Now, this is going to be powered by a 2.5-liter engine that's going to get you about 26 miles per gallon in the city and about 36 miles per gallon on the highway. That's pretty incredible for an all-wheel drive vehicle that can tackle these Minnesota winters. Now, from there, as far as visual differences, there's a ton of different trim levels when looking at the Altima, so we wanted to break down two of the more popular models, being the SV and the SL. Now, this one does ride on the 17-inch wheels, and you are going to get the LED headlights as well as a daytime running light up front, which does give the vehicle a very unique and good look. Now, most of the good stuff on the Altima is going to be on the inside, but before we jump in this one, let's hop over to the SL. We'll check out that exterior. So now looking at the SL Altima, this one you do notice a few visual differences on the exterior. First one being you go from the 17-inch wheel to the 19-inch alloy wheel, which does give it a really good look on the exterior. You'll also notice on these side view mirrors, those are going to have an LED turn signal indicator. As well, there's a little camera, so that we'll touch on inside, but that provides you with a 360 camera, which makes parking a breeze. Now, this is also going to have a 2.5-liter engine, and there is an option for the turbocharged engine, or you can even go up one more trim level to an even stronger turbocharged engine, which is going to give you a ton of power if you're looking for a little bit more zip. But overall, I think the 2.5 is great. It's going to get you in and out of traffic easily, and it's going to return great fuel economy when paired with the all-wheel drive and the CVT transmission. So overall, there is a lot of exterior similarities, but a lot of big differences inside. So let's hop back over to the SV. We'll check out that interior. All right, so now we're in the SV, and this one actually does have the premium package. So you are going to notice a lot of similarities between maybe this one and the SL, but overall there's a lot of good stuff in here. Now this one, these cloth seats are super comfortable, and with that premium package, it's going to add heated seats for the driver and the passenger. Now from there, this one does get the larger, just over 12-inch display, where the standard SV would come with a little bit smaller display, but this one does add wireless Apple CarPlay as well as Android Auto. So I've got my phone with me today, obviously, like we always do, and we're gonna have wireless charging down here and a couple of USB chargers so you can keep everything charged up when you're on the go. Now the Apple CarPlay, this screen is super responsive. It's very easy to use. You can flip back and forth between your messaging or just the standard Nissan infotainment screen, which is going to give you built-in navigation. It will show you all sorts of cool stuff in here, whether that's the XM weather or the Nissan connected services, which now for 24 is going to come as a trial period for 3 years compared to where it used to just come for 6 months. So there's a lot of really cool stuff in there as well. Now, this one also does add the ProPilot Assist. So what that means is going to be things like your blind spot monitoring, forward collision warning, an intelligent adaptive cruise control system. So you set 3, 2, 1 car lengths distance ahead of you on the highway, and it's going to keep that distance, which is very helpful if you're doing a lot of road trips or if you're just in the car a lot. Now, this one does just have our standard climate control, so there's not an auto function like you get when you jump up to the SL, where that one also does go to a dual climate control. But with the premium package, you also add the sunroof up here. You've got a couple of USB plugs in the back for your rear passengers, and there's actually quite a bit of legroom back there. So that's really one of the strong suits of the Altima. It's very reliable, it's comfortable, it's got a lot of interior volume. I mean, those rear seats do also fold down, so if you're hauling any larger objects, you might not even need a huge SUV, where you can get away with driving an all-wheel drive Altima to get you to your job or to pick up the kids. Anything you need to do, I think the Altima can deliver there. Now, a few other things in here that you'll notice, there's kind of like a carbon fiber overlay that runs through the cabin, and then you've got a little bit of this darker wood that goes through here. It's very clean, it's very comfortable, and everything is easy to use. But let's hop over to the SL. We'll check out a little bit more of that equipment that you can add into one of these. All right, so now we're in the SL model, and immediately the first thing you notice is these leather seats. There's a really cool pattern that runs through here. I love the white stitching that goes through the cabin and onto the seats, and these again are super comfortable. So they're gonna be heated for the driver and the passenger, but one of the best features that gets added in is now the heated steering wheel on the SL. That is almost a must-have for me in these Minnesota winters. If you've never had one before, it is absolutely worth checking out if you're looking at the Altima. Now from there, you're going to have your similar digital display, which is in the gauge cluster here. It's going to give you all that pertinent information you need right at arm's reach. So you're not messing with your phone or the infotainment screen. You have it right here on the steering wheel so you can keep your focus ahead. Again, this is going to have all that same safety features, whether it's the blind spot, the emergency braking, or that adaptive cruise control, and just a little bit of a different steering wheel. And then as well, you are going to have the piano black in here, which does kind of class up the interior a little bit. Now onto our climate control, this goes to the automatic climate control like I mentioned, so you can kick that on, and it's also going to have a dual climate control, so driver and passenger can each set what temperature they'd like to have. The SL does come standard with the sunroof, and obviously the leather runs into the back seats, and it's the same amount of storage and room back there, and you also keep those USBs. So it's a little harder to tell with the SV with the premium package because it does add a lot of similar stuff, but you were looking at the standard SV, that's about a $2,400 package that gets added in, which is going to come more standard. For a couple grand more, you can hop into the SL. The 12.3-inch display is absolutely one of those great upgrades that you get, especially with the wireless Apple CarPlay that's super responsive and easy to use. Plus, with the standard Nissan menu, it'll even show me gas prices near me, so I can click on that. It's going to tell me the best gas prices. It'll show me the weather, and again, that Nissan connected services, or it even has built-in Alexa to make it really easy when you're on the go. So now if you're looking for a fuel-efficient vehicle that's got all-wheel drive, has great interior comfort, and room for 5 passengers, I think you absolutely have to get out, take the Nissan Altima for a spin, and see what you think. So that was just a brief look at the 24 Nissan Altima. Now, if you'd like more information or to schedule a test drive, you can visit us online at walser.com or stop by any one of our Nissan locations. Thanks again for watching.